学生好. Today we're going to continue with lesson 13, part 2, and just a couple things. So first, in the chapter we're just going to talk about being polite a little bit and a couple things you should know. The first thing is wei or wei is a polite way to answer the phone in Chinese. So when someone calls you, you can just say wei or wei. It doesn't matter if it's second tone or fourth tone, both are totally acceptable. A nice way then of asking someone who they are, instead of saying ni, you can say nin shi wei. And then finally, the last thing is wei. Sometimes it's used as a measure word like ji wei. So if you go to a restaurant, they're not going to ask you ji ge ren, they're going to say ji wei. And you can respond, instead of saying ge, you can respond like wu wei, or party of five, or whatever like that. Okay? One cool thing just to put on the side, this character isn't in the chapter, but this character is the ni character. A little tough to write with this thing. And under it is xin, which is a heart, which is kind of cool. So it's ni, the character, but then they add the heart to it. So it's like a heartfelt you. It's deep, it's respectful, whatever. And that's it for being polite. So that's all you guys really need to know. Just a couple of vocab words, really. The more complicated thing, and you guys will do fine, it's really not that bad, is can. So in this chapter, it reviews a couple ways that we know how to say can. We already know 可以, and we already know 会. And then we're going to add a new one, 能. But we're just going to review what they all do and when you should use them. So here are the three words, 能, which is new. We don't know the character yet. 会 and 可以, which you know these two already. Okay. So first, 能. It refers to physical or circumstantial ability. So for example, physical ability. So physically being able to lift 100 pounds. Or circumstantial, for example, you can have dinner with your friends tonight because you don't have practice. In other words, the circumstances allow you to be, the circumstances means you're free. They allow you to go to dinner because there's nothing in your way. So here are a couple of examples for you put together. Whoops. The first one is 你真的能吃3碗米饭吗? Can you really eat 3 bowls of rice? This, I know we probably haven't seen this character in a while. It's 真, like 真的, really? 你真的能吃3碗米饭吗? And in this case, we're using 能 because it's physical ability to fit 3 bowls of rice into your stomach. So can you actually physically eat that much? Okay, so it's kind of like the first example, being able to lift weight. The second example is 我不能去接你. I can't go and pick you up. I can't go and fetch you. Why? It doesn't say in the sentence. Maybe because I'm busy, maybe because I have other plans. But for whatever reason, I physically, because of the circumstances, cannot go and get you. Okay, and we'll practice this tomorrow, but there's 2 examples for you. And that's 能. And the second is 会. And hopefully you guys remember this. This is like 中文 1. Back when we were saying like 你会说那国话, 我会说英文, 我会说中文. So, as you could have guessed, it refers to innate or learned ability. For example, a language, like I just gave the examples. Some other examples, being able to sing, ride a bike, walk in your hand, and anything crazy. So here are a couple examples I put together. 我会说中文. Pretty basic example. You guys could have done that. You guys know that already. Second one you guys also already know. 我会唱歌. I can sing. And finally, just to make you guys do a little writing, here's a little more complicated example, and it's 他学了2年才会说一点汉语. Do you guys remember what Hanyu is? It's the same thing as 中文. Same thing. Chinese. 2 different ways to say it. So he's studied Chinese for 2 years, so he can already speak a little bit of Chinese. Okay? And that's 会. And then finally, with the third, we have 可以. And now you guys love this one because it refers to permission, and you guys I think every day, especially some of us, ask me to go to the bathroom. So that's my first example. Do I have permission to take a picture in this museum? Do I have permission to go to the bathroom during class? Do I have permission to speak in English during Chinese class? So here are my examples that I put together for you. First one, 我可以说英文吗? Do I have permission to speak 英文?不可以. And the second one, 我可以进来吗? Do I have permission to come in? Can I come in? So these are 3 different ways to say can, and we'll practice these tomorrow, okay? So on your notes, make sure on the bottom you write down any questions. I'm happy to answer those tomorrow, and we'll work on this tomorrow. 再见，明天见。